So here it is, and familiar names are going to be in this field. Cal was second last year to Arizona State, and they'll be in lane 1. Arizona State won this last year. They'll be in lane 2. They'll have Harun and Kulo, familiar names, swimming the last 2 legs. Tennessee will start with Harrison Lears, finish with Jordan Crooks. Caribe also in the mix. So here are the foursome that set the record. 255.66 at the SECs. 86, excuse me. No, it is 66. They turn the lights out, I can't see. Texas, another great foursome. Modglin, German-Prey, Koch, and Hobson. Indiana, Owen McDonald will start. NC State keeps showing up in these finals, don't they?
And they've got a chance to break the American record.
Yeah.
Keep an eye on that. We don't want to miss that. The American record is 8 years old, held by Cal.
Wow. And Stanford in lane 8.
And I say NC State, they're the only team in this field that has all 4 Americans. Everybody else has an international kid swimming on their relay.
Even Stanford is an all-international group.
Yeah.
So there you go. Those are the records. Again, Florida's record just set a month ago, that remarkable swim they had in
Nobody's
Athens,
beating
Georgia.
Florida.
Right.
There is no way anybody's beating the Florida Gators. Everybody has a great piece to this pie. Cal has the first 3 swimmers. Cal has a top 8 finish for each of the top 3. And then Lasco's anchoring. You've seen what he's been able to do here.
And again, you talked about NC State and the American record. NC State finished 3rd last year. They were under 3 minutes. Now, of course, they didn't have the American record qualification.
I mean, think about this. Marshall 2nd, Smith 1st, Liendo 1st. My 90-year-old dad could anchor this relay. But they've got a guy named Painter, who's a freshman, has been 18.6 and 131. I mean, and you know, I'd say Arizona State would be the sleeper. That their championship relay, don't forget, had Koch and Marchand on the front end.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, the guy Koch is leading off for Texas. Excuse me. Koch is swimming butterfly for Texas.
It's Johnny Marshall, Florida. And Maywin Tomac of Cal. Now the bottom is having a good open here, but it's going to be Marshall to give Florida the lead. Although Cal a very close second. That's an excellent start for Cal, just 18/100.
43.8 there for Marshall, and you're right, Tomac 44 flat. Much better.
Julian
Much better
Smith
for Tomac.
in for Florida.
Oh boy.
Freshman Yamato Okadome for Cal.
He's got the 2nd fastest split in history. Next to Marchand, he went 48.9 a month ago. Out in 22.6. I couldn't dream of doing that in freestyle. Unbelievable. The speed this guy has, man. Look at this.
And already at 200, more than a body length lead here for Florida. The race is right now for 2nd. And right now it is Cal that is holding 2nd, Texas 3rd.
48.8. 48.8, still the 2nd fastest split in history, faster than he went at the NCAA championships.
Look at Liendo, literally flying more than a body length ahead.
They've got a chance. They're under pace now. 19.5. 19.5 on the way out. That's faster than most freestylers will go out in.
Cal has a slight lead. It's Darian Rose for Cal and Koch for Texas. But Florida is racing against the clock.
He's got the fastest in history at 42.1. Can he get into 42?
Alex Painter in for Florida.
42.4. 42.4.
Destin Lasco for Cal. It's all Florida. The battle for second and third for the team points. And this crowd roaring, hoping that they could see more history. 55-66 the time.
I don't think he's going to be able to do it, but a big win here for Florida.
Right on that line, close, but just off. And the battle for second, who wins it? It is Texas second, Arizona State third, and Cal fourth.
40 flat for Kulo to get in there for third. And how about Luke Hobson?
Luke Hobson, he got second for Texas.
He sure did. 40.5, 40.6 for Texas.
56-1 for Florida.
Well, here's the start. You want to grab the lead. How big a lead, it doesn't matter. You want to get a nice, solid lead. But when you've got Julian Smith and Josh Leando going second and third, they could have been dead last and it wouldn't have mattered. But why not have the little bit of a lead? Boy, he did his job, Julian Smith. And then Leando. It goes the second fastest time in history. Next to himself, so he's got the 3 fastest splits in history. And then Painter, I mentioned him already, just a freshman, 18-year-old kid. Pretty good. You get my saying.
I like that. I like that.
Pretty
good. Thanks, Larry. By the way, Georgia's going to get 6th. How about that? Come out of the second heat.
I knew they'd have a chance.
Yep, they're going to get 6th. All right, it's all Gators. Beisel.
Florida Gators, yet again, you win a national championship in this event. Johnny, I'll start with you. I have so much respect for how you guys have handled everything after a DQ on night 1. So what did this swim mean for you guys to win here tonight?
I mean, it meant the world, really.
Yeah.
You know, it was kind of a letdown, you know, night 1, but, you know, the meet goes on, and, you know, the reason that we're still here is because we want to have swims like that. So, yeah, just big ups to these guys and everything.
Yeah. Julian, on the second to last night, how important is it for you guys to get relay wins for all these points? Because there's a bigger story here with the team competition.
It's really important, and I think being at University of Florida, we weren't going to leave without winning a relay. So,
Josh, you had an incredible split, second fastest ever. How are you able to continue to get up for these races? I mean, all of you guys are racing like multiple times a night. It's a lot, especially that we're almost done with the meet. So how are you able to refocus and reset?
Yeah, I mean, it helps when I got these two going ahead of me. And just, I feel like just the team in general, I know I'm doing it for them. And yeah, that's what gets me going in those relays.
Alex, you probably have the most fun job in this relay. You get to anchor with like a 3-second lead, and you're only a freshman. So how great is it for you to be able to learn from these guys and anchor a relay to an iconic 2:56.1?
I mean, I can learn so much from these guys every day in training. I'm just there getting destroyed by Josh and Julian. But, you know, it is a pleasure to follow these three. You know, second and first in the individual 100s.
Yeah. Not bad.
It's not too hard to follow them.
Well, you guys, NCAA champions, Florida Gators, you finally get your relay win. Congratulations.
Well, they proved it. They proved it at the SECs with their record swimming. They were less than half a second off that record time winning this relay.
And how about NC State,
yes,
brother?
And here's the official results. Georgia's time from the second heat ends up placing them 6th. Michigan from an earlier heat place is 8th. You don't see NC State there, Rowdy,
Right.
but go ahead.
They break the American record.
As you called. Good job.
3:01.3. Props to NC State. How about that? Right there,
Yep.
guys. It gets lost a little bit with that 9th place finish, but it shows you they're the only team that had 4 Americans, and they break the long-standing American record.